guys, it's Kanan.
It's Jessie.
And we are the Geeky Saying Couple. And today we are going to be doing a little discussion about the RWBY Volume 8 teaser that was shown at RTX at home, which we missed out on because of a glitch. Yeah, it turns out that the panel was pre-recorded, so they had no idea. That's why they didn't replay it during the panel. And we also didn't know that they would later play it after the panel was over with. But we saw a lot of people say that it was short. There wasn't that much to react to, so we just watched it, went on with our day. But after watching it again and seeing a lot of theories floating around, because it's all right to theorize, but the RWBY fandom kind of has a bad habit of running with their theories and passing them off as fact. So I just wanted to watch this, give our thoughts on it. We're not saying our theories are right or anything, but I don't know. Some of this I had a little bit of an epiphany on. So, okay, so we've got the ending of Volume 7 here, and a lot of people are asking, like in the other scenes that we see in Mantle, where's the storm? Where is all the death and destruction? I actually have a theory that since RWBY confirmed that Volume 8 takes place over the course of 2 days, that we all know that Salem has a bad habit of sitting on her butt and not doing a whole lot. So I have a feeling that she's actually going to give Atlas and Ironwood an ultimatum, like hand over the relic and the maiden or whatever, have one day. And then she just goes off to give them a day to, to make up their mind. And that's why Mantle isn't covered in by a storm. I have a feeling that half of the volume is going to take place on one of the days, and the second half will be the second day where all hell breaks loose. Now, is that what happens? I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of that explains why she doesn't attack Mantle and Atlas right away, is that she gives them time to surrender themselves. This throne room, I have got a theory. So, because originally I was like, where is this? Because we've never seen this throne before. It's not the same chair she had in her palace with her Legion of Doom like conference room, I don't think. This thing's rooted to the ground. It looks like it's made of, grim goop or whatever. But look, these look like teeth. The wall is red. She's inside the whale grim. How much you want to bet the whale grim is her fortress or whatever? Damn it. Inside the whale's gonna happen. I was right. This dang whale is based off Monstro. Well, the fandom was. That's all I can think of, is that this is inside the whale. No comment?
I don't know. I mean...
I don't know. These right here look like the whale's teeth that you can see on, and the wall's red.
That whale has a lot more teeth.
Well, maybe most of the teeth stick outside and only a few of it are inside, because some animals, it's like a crocodile almost, some teeth are shown on the outside while the rest is inside. I don't know. I just thought, well, where is this thing?
I don't know.
Does she just create a construct near Atlas? I don't know. I think that's going to be my theory, that this is inside the wall. Okay, this scene. People are freaking out about this scene. Even though it's...
I've seen.
Yeah. Yang all by herself, running down an alley. Now, of course, the music in the trailer makes it seem way more foreboding than what it might is, because what we know about RWBY teasers and trailers, RWBY is very notorious for making the whole teaser out of the first 4 episodes, I think. So this is very early on in the, this is more than likely when they're when her, Jean, Ren, and Oscar are in Mantle. I just think she's taking an alternate route, or maybe she's trying to flank something. I just don't think this is anything sinister. It seems like it's way too early in the volume or something. That's what it seems like to me, that this is way too early, so I don't think this is anything bad. Okay, so there's been some controversy over the team name here. Have you seen the more lewd one?
I may have, and
Yeah,
then but I've seen more comments on why, like, why are people doing this?
yeah.
So
So I'm not gonna name it. I like the other name people came up for this team, Team Joyride, Jory, and I will admit they are kind of putting Yang as the leader of this little incursion, because and I'm gonna get I'm gonna there's another little joke about these two groups pairing off, but I think the reason, like, everybody's so scared about the team splitting, but it's obvious what they're doing. Um, with
they
what we,
split for evacuations.
yeah, definitely Jean, Yang, Oscar, and Ren are in Mantle trying to help evacuate Mantle, because we've seen in the little clips that people unlocked through the Rooster Teeth app that they're moving people to the crater where Atlas used to be into the ground before it was lifted. So yeah, they are definitely evacuating Mantle. So, and since there's, like I said, since there's no storm, they're still grim, but there's no like bad storm going on. I really think that my theory that Salem gave him a day there might be true. It might be, it might not. I've got another little joke about the split. Okay, this scene right here is interesting. There's no Oscar with. Oscar is not with them. And this looks like the same Grim that we see later in the trailer. Okay, so now we know that Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Nora, and Penny go to Atlas. Now, we so far do not know the reason. Maybe they're going to break out Crow. Maybe get something that Pietro sent them for to get that they need. I don't know. But also very interesting, they have fixed Weiss and Blake a little bit. Weiss's braid is not as blocky. It's not as. What did you say it wasn't as what?
It doesn't like the twists in the braid aren't as
Yeah,
round.
yeah, that's what I meant.
When you put a braid in your hair, yeah, you have that, but that's more correct, I guess you'd say. It's not as heavy looking as the other one.
Yeah.
The other one looked like it was hair and then some.
Her bangs on that, they look a little different as well now too. They don't look as, I can't think of the word, but I think her bangs are a little bit different as well. I can't tell. Blake.
It looks like it's just cleaned up and they frame her face a bit more like they were supposed
to. Blake's hair is definitely poofier. We saw that very early on that they did change her hair. Some have noticed that her ears look bigger now.
I mean, then again, I noticed it when I started started working on this cosplay for her. Like, as she's gone, like, from beginning to now, her ears have grown, but also they've also become more defined. So we're now seeing just how big in comparison they really are. They're not some tiny little things that a lot of people seem to thought. They are actually pretty big ears.
I do think they kind of might have fixed the sizing on them a little bit, because I did think her ears looked a little smaller in Volume 7. I don't know.
No, they were bigger for me. Like, it really depended on the angle you were looking at them, but yeah, her ears are actually quite large.
So,
which would make sense. Her mom's ears are really big.
Yeah, especially compared to hers. And cats grow into their ears the older they get. So, but when we first saw the sneak peek at San Diego Comic-Con of Yang, Jean, and them getting the hover bikes, I made the joke that, well, if Yang's with the boys and all the other girls are with each other, then Yang's pretty much one of the boys. This is guys' night, while the others are having girls' night, because it's always been a running joke in the fandom that Yang's one of the boys, in a way.
I mean,
and so yeah, this is kind of like, guys' night, girls' night kind of thing. They're off doing their own thing. So let's continue. This one coming after Yang. Now, I can't really tell if Oscar is with her like he was in the other scene, but this kind of looks like the same Grim that her, Jean, and Ren were chasing. I wonder if Oscar gets kidnapped. Like, Salem might now know, through Hazel, Mercury, and Emerald because they were at Haven that Oscar is Ozpin. I don't know. This might be a smaller Grimm, I can't tell, but it looks like the same one that they were chasing after. I can't think of any other reason why they would stop evacuating Mantle to chase after a Grimm. That's the only thing I can think might be going. Okay, so now we know that Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Nora, and Penny go to Atlas. Now, we so far do not know the reason. Maybe they're going to break out Crow. Maybe get something that Pietro sent them for to get that they need. I don't know. But also very interesting, they have fixed Weiss and Blake a little bit. Weiss's braid is not as blocky. It's not as... What did you say it wasn't as what?
It doesn't, like the twists in the braid aren't as round.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
When you put a braid in your hair, yeah, you have that, but that's more correct, I guess you'd say. It's not as heavy looking as the other one.
Yeah.
The other one looked like it was hair and then some.
Her bangs on that, they look a little different as well now too. They don't look as... I can't think of the word, but I think her bangs are a little bit different as well. I can't tell. Blake...
It looks like it's just cleaned up and they frame her face a bit more like they were supposed
to. Blake's hair is definitely poofier. We saw that very early on that they did change her hair. Some have noticed that her ears look bigger now.
I mean, then again, I noticed it when I started started working on this cosplay for her. Like, as she's gone, like, from beginning to now, her ears have grown, but also they've also become more defined. So we're now seeing just how big in comparison they really are. They're not some tiny little things that a lot of people seem to thought. They are actually pretty big ears.
I do think they kind of might have fixed the sizing on them a little bit because I did think her ears looked a little smaller in Volume 7. I don't know.
No, they were bigger for me. Like, it really depended on the angle you were looking at them, but yeah, her ears are actually quite large.
So,
which would make sense. Her mom's ears are really big.
Yeah, especially compared to hers. And cats grow into their ears the older they get. So, but when we first saw the sneak peek at San Diego Comic-Con of Yang, Jean, and them getting the hover bikes, I made the joke that, well, if Yang's with the boys and all the other girls are with each other, then Yang's pretty much one of the boys. This is guys' night, while the others are having girls' night, because it's always been a running joke in the fandom that Yang's one of the boys. In a way.
I mean...
And, so yeah, this is kind of like, guys' night, girls' night kind of thing, they're all doing their own thing. So let's continue. The Nuts and Bolts shippers went crazy over this.
I did see that.
But apparently, this is obviously Ruby comforting Penny, because Penny's going through a lot right now. She just became the Winter Maiden, so, Ruby has always been, she's been, the driving force for Penny becoming a real girl, because Penny is Pinocchio, so it fits that it's Ruby that's comforting her right now. So, I think in the other room, the Aesops are looking at Clover's body. I think that's Clover's body. Everyone's been joking that these are Winter's breasts, but I don't know. I guess maybe she could be facing forward, but I don't know. I would think that probably is Winter. I don't think that's her breast. Maybe that's her, her shoulder.
That's
her shoulder.
That could be her feet at the end of the house. Well, look, at the railing at the bottom is the end of a bed.
Yeah.
So it's either the hospital bed he was in for getting treated, or it's where Winter is.
Yeah, so I figured, just since the bed for Clover looks like it's long ways, I thought maybe this is her laying on her side, that's her shoulder, that's the dip of her hip, of her side. But yeah, you're right, this could be the end of the bed, and that's just her feet. And, of course, Ironwood's there to check up on her, but I think this might be...
He's looking across the hallway to another window.
Yeah. Because I really do more than likely think that's Clover's body. And, of course, he's saying, you're still worried about Mantle. He's completely...
His semblance.
Yeah, his semblance, pretty much, that we've now learned about. Here we see the Aesops. Once again, very differing things here. Elm, Vine, and Harriet look ready for business. Marrow looks still sad, still probably conflicted. Like,
we don't know if this is before they saw Clover
we
or
don't know.
after.
I kind of tell by the way Harriet's looking, this might be after, but who knows? We have no idea when this takes place, but I don't know. I think out of any of them, Marrow's the only one that may either survive or leave the group. Who knows? But yeah, it's very funny that these three are serious, all business, where Marrow is really the only one showing any other kind of personality.
So out of all four of them, one of them looks the most.
Oh yeah,
and it's. But I've always said that, like,
I think Harriet will become the new leader.
The way she is, it seems that way, and that's why I'm saying she's like out of all of them. Yeah, Elm looks ready for business too, but she's not as hard stone faced as Harriet is, and we've started seeing that at the end of 7.
Then we have Cinder. We have no idea of the context of that. I'm telling you, this is inside the whale.
Well, now that you look at this, it kind of does look like it.
The Pinocchio inside the whale
because
theory.
of the grim, the veins.
Yeah.
So the thing is like, if you were to look at it at first and if we only saw the clip of her sitting in there, it would have been a little harder to tell. But when you see this, this is a little different.
Yeah, this is pretty much the mouth. Like she's situated in the mouth. I also just realized she's got it's one of those gloves that's got like a covering of one of the fingers. It's interesting. Look, Salem and those hips. But yeah,
mention the boob window that keeps getting larger.
I figured if anyone was going to mention it, you would. So yeah, like, could the Pinocchio theory that was just like a throwaway theory that I saw one person bring up, we could be going inside the whale?
It'd be one way to destroy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh if that happens. Will it be Blake and Yang to get swallowed up? Nah. We know that Penny's gonna do some maiden action. Who knows what this is in relate to? So she has the lamp. She's giving the Grim the scent of the lamp.
Oscar's the one that had it.
Yes. I think it's very, very, like, everyone thought Ruby was going to get kidnapped. Looks like it's going to be Oscar, and it's going to happen this volume. I have a feeling this is very early.
I know there's still theories about Ruby getting kidnapped, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen yet, because Salem still wants her.
Yeah.
So, right now, she needs her questions answered.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
if she gets that last question.
I'm just wondering what happens to Cinder and Neo for her to get the lamp.
I'm okay with the idea of Neo throwing Cinder under the bus.
Yeah.
I like Cinder, but I really believe that Neo is turn on.
Yeah.
If not now, soon. I mean,
number 7th, which for some reason our reaction, I went from 7th to 9th to 7th.
Even though you said 7th,
I don't know. I was so my mind was going everywhere in that. So yeah, another thing that's been going around is like everyone thinks that the team is going to be split the whole entire volume. I don't know where people got that. I saw a post by someone that was posted elsewhere that was put on Twitter that pretty much was stating that the teams were going to be split up for all Volume 8 like it was a fact. That's never been confirmed. I think we'll see them split up for their separate missions, but they'll definitely be back together at some point in the volume. You can't have a big volume like this and the team split up the whole entire thing. It wouldn't work. It'd be way too much going on. But then again, it only takes place over the course of 2 days. So, but yeah. We're going inside the whale. Obviously, Oscar's going to get kidnapped. Yang running down the alleyway, I think, has no bad thing to do with it. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can really think of to say. Definitely things look like they're not going to be going well. Oh, also, I do think Salem gave them time. I do think that.
It seemed it. I mean, it kind of fits that way a bit, just
Well,
because
why else would she be sitting on her butt in that whale? You know, I know. Like the biggest
giving him
criticism.
time, because that gives her time to try to get that lamp to
Yeah,
work.
maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe she's planning on having her answer asked, her question asked by the time she attacks Atlas. So yeah, it's been a big criticism of Salem that she just sits around and doesn't do anything. Well, looks like that trend might be. We don't know. This is just theory and speculation. Um,
I've seen a lot of people throwing stuff about post.
the poster. Oh, yeah. The Volume 8 art, which we might use for the thumbnail, I'm not sure, is situated very oddly in a way, I think. You've got RWBY at the bottom, you've got Yang at the top, and you've got Weiss and Blake on the other side, and Jess thinks on Weiss's side it's nothing, but you can't deny that on Blake's side, she kind of is glaring toward Weiss. But and a lot of people thought maybe Weiss does something to upset Blake, but that and even I thought that might be something. But then I remember that Aaron said that Blake's story in 8 is balanced. So if anything like a team division would happen, Blake would be the mediator. She wouldn't really be the one choosing a side. Um, but this whole thing about Team RWBY splitting up got started when Barbara said that Yang's story in this volume was mistrust. And a lot, like including myself, a lot of people, including myself, thought that meant toward RWBY because RWBY kept information in Volume 7. But that kind of doesn't fit when Blake and Yang are also guilty of doing that. I mean, of course, people are going to jump on the fact that Yang still hasn't told them that Raven is the Spring Maiden, but right now, Raven and the Spring Maiden, they're not important right now. They're not in this story right. But Blake and Yang told Robin about Ironwood's plans, and as far as we know, I don't think it was ever said in the show. As far as we know, Blake and Yang never told RWBY and Weiss that they told Robin. So Yang being upset with RWBY for not telling Ironwood the truth doesn't really fit because Yang and Blake are guilty of it as well. So if there is any kind of team division, whether it be Yang not agreeing with what something RWBY does or something like that, or between Weiss and Blake, it's going to be central to this volume. I think it's going to be something we've not seen. I don't think it has anything to do with keeping things from Ironwood in 7, because the team as a whole, even though Yang still kind of had a problem with it, Blake had her see it a different way, and Yang in the end did agree. So I think it's something that's going to happen. But yeah, you had a real problem with the Weiss against Blake
Yeah,
thing.
because I mean, it was like a slight possibility, but really looking closer, especially as personally as an artist, I mean, we're overthinking a little bit here. I mean, no one's.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing: nobody's, opinion on it is invalid. Everybody, you can conclude what you want from it, but I mean, it's artwork, so it's really hard to determine things. So it can be literally anything. But honestly, to me, I feel like when I pulled up the picture closer, Weiss, they're just posed, and they're posed to and they move those poses together to form that diamond shape. Because Weiss is looking down, Blake is looking straight this direction. Yang's in the middle, just, smirking her usual self, and RWBY's the bottom. So I think it's just how they're positioned, so it really does give that look on that. I mean, I know a lot of people, we had theorized on it, with the title name from last time.
Yeah.
Because of the cut between the two, just like in the past. But I mean,
it's just
haven't we noticed
art.
that it's used to throw us off too?
Yeah.
They do that a lot, and it just makes everybody more anxious.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall though, it's beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
I had someone, I think it was on Facebook or something, and someone said, "Why is Yang on fire? Why is Blake glaring this way? Why is this? Why is that?" I'm thinking.
Someone actually asked why Yang was on fire.
Yes,
that's her semblance.
I had to sit there and stare at it for a moment, and there's a lot of people in the comments on that page that went, have you not seen her semblance activate? And I don't even know who it was, and this was just a general screenshot post, so this wasn't like I was reading the comments. It was someone screenshotted this because they were just so blown away, and it wasn't someone trolling. The comments continued on that post, and it's just like...
And we're not saying theorizing is wrong or anything, it's just that...
we theorize, and it's fun to come up with different things.
Calm down. We're still, like, over a month away.
Overall, I love the artwork. Though.
Yeah.
Like, so that and the changes. The changes they made, like it reflects the original artwork where her hair, like Blake's hair, was poofier. Weiss's braid wasn't as heavy. I'm sorry, the way it looked before, there was more hair there in that braid than she really has.
Well, it usually takes them a volume or two to get everything down. But so yeah, that was just our thoughts on this short little teaser. I don't know if we'll get like an actual full-on trailer, because I mean it even says this is just a little teaser. But yeah, hopefully they don't have to push it back, but if they do, totally understandable. Man, that's just that's just 7. That's 5 days for PlayStation 5. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, leave us a comment, tell us your theories. So yeah. Like I said, theorizing is all well and good. Just don't push them off as fact when we don't have a whole lot of information. So yeah, this is Kanan.
This is Jesse.
Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. We love you very much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.